Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back here today with my detailer, Hadir. We're finally doing the Camaro. Well, he's doing the Camaro, and he's getting all the swirls out of it and doing a ceramic coating on it. We had just finished doing my weld wheels here, ceramic coating them and compounding and polishing. Well, not compounding, but using like a metal polish and polishing them out. And they came out really good. I'll grab a bottle of water and show you how well those came out to beat off any kind of liquids or be able to easier to clean it. So if you see here, the water's just coming right off of it. It's not really sticking. It's pooling in some spots because there's a lip, but besides that, it's basically coming off everywhere. That's the whole goal with the Camaro here, is to get the paint right. Hadir's currently clay barring the car to get any kind of harsh, I don't know, weather, sap, anything that came on the paint before he starts polishing it. You can't really see right now because of all the moisture on the car, but the paint is pretty scratched up. You can sort of see here. But whenever he's done clay barn, here, actually show it real quick for us. On the door, it actually doesn't look as bad. Actually, if I go from this angle, you can see real bad scratches over here. So that should come out pretty easy. I mean, there's not too many deep scratches. It should be a couple stages of polishing. He got his, what is that, rupees? Yeah. Polisher there and a bunch of equipment ready to go. I have my Jax Wax ceramic from the wheel video I did. So I have 9A ceramic for the car. We're gonna apply it. I also have this pretty sweet spoiler I just bought secondhand from somebody. It's a Anderson Composites fully carbon fiber spoiler that's gonna go in the back of my car. If you guys seen in the front, I have a carbon fiber hood scoop, not scoop, but hood vent that came with the car. So this should match up pretty nicely with it. I wanted something different to go from back to front. I'm not gonna wrap anything on the car, so I wanted real nice stuff. And as Hadir finishes up, I'll show you guys the quarter panel, which is really bad. All right, so it's finally drying up. You can see, well, you can actually still see my reflection, but I'm gonna show this part now, and then I'm gonna put a clip also at the end of the video showing this and that. But you can see how bad it is, like my reflection, you can see it now, but there's so many wavy scratches everywhere. So he's gonna get all those out. Like if you look over here, it's really bad, especially on a black car. Black cars look, in my opinion, look the best when they're clean, but also look the worst when they're really bad. So he's gonna get to polishing. I also have to pull off that Redline Motorsports sticker there, and then I'm gonna get to my spoiler to put it on. So I'm gonna quickly jump to a time lapse and get that off. Hadir did a 50-50, he put a tape line right in the middle to see the difference here between like non-polished and polished. He did it for like 3 or 4 minutes. So you can see the difference, the quick difference it makes. Like, here's my hand here, and then here's my hand here. You can see all the scratches there versus pure reflection right here and pure scratches right here. So that was quick. That was 5 minutes compound and polish, and he still has to do the entire car. So I'm gonna do a time lapse on that, but it made a pretty big difference. I mean, you don't feel these scratches, but some deeper scratches you'd feel. That's why it goes quickly to take all the micro scratches out and leave it with a real nice shine on the black paint. So he's gonna quickly do a time lapse, and I'm gonna get to that. I have to take this carpet mat out. I did it on my old Tiffany blue Camaro when we're getting it wrapped. Oh, I forgot, I also gotta take this off. But I'm gonna take this off during the time lapse, but I gotta take this spoiler off. There's these little areas here. So on the Chargers and Challengers, there's like 3M adhesive under here, but on the Camaros, I believe there's like a little rubber piece that goes there so it doesn't scratch the paint if it ever moves while you're at high speeds or anything. So I gotta pull all these clips out. I gotta find where the screws are. Hopefully not drop in my trunk because I've done that before. And basically get the spoiler off. But I'm not gonna take this emblem off this time. I think it'll look good with my wheels, and I gotta pull this off. So during the time lapse, you'll see me pulling this off. All right, we got the spoiler off here, and you can see there's some scratches. You can't really see it on camera, I guess, but there's some scratches under here. So he's gonna polish this next, and then I'll put the new carbon fiber spoiler, which is right there, and there's the old one. Put that on, and then after, you know, he finishes compounding and polishing the whole car, then we'll be able to ceramic coat it. But I wanted to put this on now, so any scratches that do occur while I was installing this could be polished out. And then when I put the new spoiler on, there's gonna be no scratches because everything's gonna be done from the inside where I just did it all. So Hadir polished and compounded the top of this trunk here so I can put the new spoiler on. I have separate bolts, not the same ones I already used, but I'm gonna put the carbon fiber spoiler on and see how that looks, and try to get everything, you know, done from the bottom and not have to put any more scratch on the top. But it looks good. The one I bought is totally different than stock. Here, hold that up, Hadir. So here, twist it a little bit, rotate like the inside out. So if you look in here, the width and the outside are totally different. Like you can see these lines on here, and that doesn't have the same lines. Like if you look, they're not the same at all. I actually like how this aggressive this looks, but I didn't know it was actually different. I thought it was actually stock, but it should still look really good next to the car. So I finished installing the spoiler, and it came out looking great. The only problem is these taillights look like crap with the spoiler. I still have to get the taillights either tinted, sprayed. This I'm gonna wrap with Lux tint. I'll make another video on that. But I'm debating if I should go buy the OEM ZL1 1LE ones, which are gray, or I should spray these, or I should get different ones like the Corvette looking ones. I don't know. But this spoiler looks really good. I can't wait for it to be basically all done and the back of the car looking good with the new taillights. But this is definitely way more aggressive than the factory one. I didn't realize until now. If you look back here, way more aggressive, and it got installed a lot easier than the other one taking it off. But that's done. I'm gonna do a long time lapse of Hadir doing the car. You can even see the big difference here, just the shine on this side. But like I said, let's get to the time lapse. What Hadir is doing there right now is he's kind of busy the next couple of days, so he's gonna come back and finish the rest of the car. But obviously it's gonna be in this whole video. But he's basically applying this kind of like a sealant, almost like a pre-ceramic sealant. It's not necessary if you're doing the job all in one day, but he's applying it just so when he comes back, there's no micro scratches on the paint for, you know, the days that he's not gonna be here. It's gonna be like 2-3 days. And he doesn't want micro scratches happening because any dust he wipes off or anything like that will scratch the paint, and he doesn't want to have to deal with that when he comes back. So he's doing basically half the car right now, just like the passenger side minus the hood and the front bumper and the rear bumper, and he did the trunk already. He still has to finish part of that. But I'm gonna turn the car around and have it prepared so next time he comes over he can just knock out the other side, the front and back bumper, and we're basically good to go. But I'm gonna film basically moving the car around, and then after that I'll flip to when he comes back. If you haven't already, my truck video will be out by the time this video comes out. I put some new 22x12s on my 2020 Ram, and it came out looking sweet. I was looking forward to putting these on, but with all the coronavirus and all this crap going on right now, not really driving all these damn cars we have and not really going nowhere. But it's gonna be a process. But basically check out that video. I'll put the link in the bio for it. We have enough room to ceramic coat this side, and he has enough room to do the front bumper, the hood, and everything. Get that done. He's packing up right now, so we'll be back in a moment. We got Hadir back over here. I'm gonna open the garage and he's gonna get back and start back on the Camaro. We also got a huge mess in here again, but no big deal. So Hadir did as much as he could today. He basically compounded, polished the whole car, so there's no more scratches. Tomorrow he's gonna go around the whole car. I had to put the cover on because I don't want any dust getting on the car and having to, you know, re-scratch it or anything. But he still has the roof to do. He still has the back bumper and part of the back of the trunk area. But if there's any micro scratches, he's gonna go and touch them up and fix them with the polish. It's around 7 o'clock, and due to this coronavirus thing, he can't be out too late. Like, you can't work too late or anything, so he basically has to go home. And tomorrow or the next day, he's gonna come over here and he's going to finish up the car. We're gonna ceramic coat it. He actually taught me today how to polish, which wasn't too bad. But polishing, you can't really mess that up because you can't really burn through paint with the one I was using. But basically, cover the car because we don't need dust on it. It might leave scratches, but he's not really worried about it. He'll touch it up there. There is. But basically, we're gonna jump till tomorrow and I'm gonna get the ceramic and everything started. All right, so we have the Jackswax ceramic here, and it's the 9H. They had ceramic 7H for a while. Isn't that what it is here? They usually have 7H ceramic. They just came out with 9H a couple years ago.
For the most part, yeah.
Public,
yeah.
Basically, but 9H ceramic. I have these little foam pads. So come over here. It comes with this little foam pad right here, and a little like suede applicator pad. You basically put it over this. I'm gonna open it really quick, and I'll show you. This part, I'm gonna fast forward it. So you have this microfiber or this suede pad, and you put it over this little foam piece, and this is how you basically apply it. You see a lot of people who apply ceramic, they hold things like this and they drip the ceramic basically all over this, and they go through panels left to right and then up and down. I'm gonna do a panel, and it's not like wax. So like wax, you know, wax on, wax off. You basically apply the wax, wait for it to basically turn like a, I guess you could say like smoky color, or it turns like completely white, and then you basically wipe it off. With this stuff, you put it on, and it turns almost like a gas rainbowish color. So you put it on, and they call it flashes, which means it turns like a rainbow color. And you're gonna see it, especially on black. It's probably easier to see on black. I'm gonna do like the mirror right here, and I'll basically show you guys basically what it does. But if you come over here, let's show them how to apply it basically. On the mirror, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than usual because it's the shape of it. But basically, you take it, you kind of dab it on the suede here. It's kind of excessive on my end, and then you just apply it on here. And you'll see it gets a little bit wet. But you basically make as many passes as you can.
Yeah, work it into the paint. Basically.
Work it into the paint, exactly. I'm gonna get the bottom side here. I'm not gonna do too many passes because it's kind of unnecessary.
Well, you want to work it in a little bit.
Work it in, right. Yeah. And I'm gonna cut the camera here, and I'll show you guys what happens when it flashes. So I tried doing the mirror, and it's just too weird of a surface for you to be able to see it, but you can see how I applied it. There's like streaks on the panel. But if you look kind of right there, it's almost like a translucent or rainbowish color. You can see there. And that's what the whole car is gonna look like basically, but we're used to doing it, so we see exactly what's going on. But when you do ceramic, you gotta make sure, if you're doing it on your own, if you're not having a detailer do it, make sure you wipe every single panel, like everywhere, just so you don't leave any ceramic, because once it's on, it's gonna stay like that purplish, you can't really see that purplish sheen on there, and it's gonna be really hard to polish it back off. I'm gonna basically finish the whole car here. Hadir's gonna do the back bumper, so he still has to polish and compound it. And I'm basically gonna do the whole car and do a time lapse of that. All right, so I did one coat on video. I did half the car here, and then off camera, me and Hadir are finishing the second coat, and basically did the whole car. You can see what a difference it made here on video. Obviously, all of Hadir's hard work and scratch removal made the biggest difference, but the ceramic obviously made a big difference. I gotta let it sit for between 28 or 24 and 48 hours. And right now what I'm gonna do is I did the door jamb here. we didn't polish it. It's not a big deal. It's not really scratched up because it's not running through any car washes. So I just ceramic coated that too. I'm gonna apply this Jax Wax Clarity coating for the glass. Shouldn't take me too long. I'm not sure how it works. I'm assuming it works kind of like ceramic coating. So I'm gonna just apply it and do a time lapse on that as well. I'm gonna open it up and see what's included. Clarity enhancer and clarity coating. I'm assuming this is for after the fact. There's not really instructions here. And here's a clay bar for the window. So I'm not gonna go through and do that. I don't think it's that necessary because the windows are perfectly clean. I'm gonna save that for another time or another vehicle. But basically I'm gonna take from the outside, I'm gonna take the pad and I'm gonna take basically their window coating here. And I'm gonna get it done. By the way, if you're gonna get any Jax Wax products, my code is SINLIFE2020 for 15% off everything on the website. I don't think they include like buffers, but besides that, everything 15% off. I'll leave the code in the description, and I'll leave Hadir's information in the description as well. It's Reflect Detailing, but we're gonna get to that at the end of the video. Got the Camaro out here finally, and it looks phenomenal. You can see that real good shine on the whole paint. The whole car really looks really good. It's all clean. There's some spots I have to touch up because when I was ceramic coating it, I didn't fully wipe it, which isn't a big deal. I'll just you know, polish those off and re-ceramic those small areas. But with the ceramic too, when you apply the ceramic, if you put too much on there, and it'll still be somewhat wet when you dry it off in some spots. So when you wipe it, the towel will kind of spread it to other panels. So that's also an issue with ceramic. That's why it's kind of difficult to install. Not a lot of people install it, but it looks really good. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water so I can show you guys the properties of ceramic again. I know I showed you guys on the wheels in the beginning of the video, but I'm gonna show you guys now. But I also did the windows as well, so looks really good. I'm gonna grab that water and I'll get back. Got a water bottle here. Let's go to the back of the car and apply the water. You can see it's just beating right off the paint all the way down. All these little specks of little dots will fly off when you're driving, but for the most part, I'll even put it up here. Look at that, it's going right down. Even this spot, if I want to get it off, it's just gonna, just like that. Look at that. So ceramic is really cool for that kind of stuff. Besides that, guys, I'm pretty much done with this video. I want to give a big shout out to my detailer Hadir. He's always been there for me. He's always been great. He's always came back if there's any issues, which there really hasn't been any issues, but if there's any issues he makes a mistake on, he always comes back, guarantees all his work. I'll leave his information down below. It's Reflect Detailing, and they're out of Metro Detroit, so they'll go basically anywhere from Flint to Detroit area. I don't think they'll go to Grand Rapids, but they're really good. Hadir's a really good guy. He really takes pride in what he does. He doesn't just do it for you know, Instagram pictures and stuff like that. I'm not in gear. There we go. But basically, I'm not gonna be making a video for a while. This is probably gonna be my last video for probably a week or two, just because, well, probably like it's gonna be a little bit longer for you guys, probably 3 weeks, just because this coronavirus thing that's going on, it's pretty bad, honestly, and not really allowed to leave your house. A lot of things are taking longer to come in. I've had things planned for this car which are going to be delayed now because, you know, everything that's going on. But besides that, you know, support me on Instagram. My Instagram is @Sinister_lifestyle. Follow me on Facebook, or like my Facebook page, which is Sinister Life. If you enjoy my content, give this a like, but it'll be coming back very soon. Besides that, see you guys later. Keep your hands clean.